everyone, it's Moa aka Swedish Whiskey Girl, and today we're here with a blended whiskey from the Lakes Distillery. So this blend is called The One and it's their signature blend, and it's blended with their own whiskey but also with some Scotch whiskey from the Highlands, Speyside and Islay. And from their own distillery they've chosen single malts, and from Scotland they have both grain and single malts. It is bottled at 46.6% ABV and it's all blended in their own distillery. It's also non-chill filtered and natural colour. And I know they've just released 2 new blends in this kind of range, which I think sound fascinating. Lakes Distillery is one of those distilleries that I'm so curious about, and I always keep an eye on them. And I've kept a close eye on them recently, and I think they're doing some really fascinating things. And Daval Gandhi, who's their master blender, I believe, he has this kind of different approach to whiskey that I think is fascinating. So I can't wait to see more from them. And the 2 new blends is one that's really sherried and one that's been in orange wine casks. So I believe that's been matured in casks where you previously held a white wine that's been macerated with orange peels. I mean, I love a quirky whiskey, so that sounds amazing. I really hope I'll be able to put my hands on it one day, but for now, we're trying the signature blend. So we're going to start with having a little look on the nose, of course. Immediately, it gets like this kind of almost hay note, but it's mixed with maybe something like oranges and apricots. Because it does have that kind of orange sweet citrus, but also a slight kind of tropical sweetness alongside that malty, grainy note. It's quite sweet. And it has this kind of also like a damp cellar vibe, so slight earthiness. But it's like a different type of earthiness. More like a wine cellar earthiness where you get like the mixture of the alcohol, the wine scent and this kind of damp earthiness. But very orangey and kind of sweet citrus, like maybe like satsumas or nectarines, that kind of vibe as well. And maybe a little bit grassy as well. But let's have a little taste. Sponge it out. The palate's quite robust, I would say. It's very malty, but it also has a vibe of kind of leather and like oily, malty leather is kind of the things I pick out immediately, and it's quite big. I wouldn't say pick out the smoke straight away, but it's more that kind of leather notes that's quite oily and quite dense in a way. It feels less sweet on the palate as well, but quite like murky. Does that make sense? Yeah, because the nose is still this kind of orangey sweetness mixed with that kind of hay note. And has a vegetal bitterness in the middle. I don't really get that kind of grain lightness and sweetness you tend to find in some blends. This one's like more dense and more robust because of the leather maltiness in it. Interesting. Trying to think if this reminds me of something else, but I can't really think of anything. Just because it has that oiliness, the maltiness and the leather notes, it's just... and the vegetal notes. But it's not like an... It's an oily, dense vegetal note. I think all of these flavors are just, and aromas are coming together, but it's not the kind of youthful vegetal note. It's more, the vegetal notes more belong to the leather, I think. And it's, I love that maybe like hazelnuts, because it has that kind of nutty bitterness as well. I think if you gave this to me blind, I'd probably guess it's a single malt, because it doesn't have that kind of graininess that I associate with most blends. But it's, yeah, quite that. And if you like kind of that dense, malty, oily character in a whiskey, this would definitely be an interesting one for you to explore. It'd be so interesting to see how this compares to the other blends, of course. But I would of course love to hear if you have tried the blends from the Lakes Distillery, or perhaps you tried any of their other whiskies, because of course they've just released their new Whiskey Makers Reserve number 3, which I'm also dying to try. But it's, yeah, they just have this different approach to whiskey, which I think is fascinating, like I said at the start. So I'd love to hear what you think of them. And of course, if you like what I'm doing here on YouTube and on my other social channels, I would of course be absolutely over the moon if you would consider using my affiliate links with either the Whisky Exchange, the Master of Malt, or Scotch Malt Whisky Society the next time you're shopping with them. All of that information is in the description here below, as well as links to my Patreon if you want to see some behind the scenes, maybe help me decide what bottle to get next and what videos to do in the future. There's also links to my Teespring shop if you're looking for whiskey merch, and of course links to my Instagram and my website. And a massive thank you to all my wonderful supporters on Patreon who keep supporting me in my whiskey journey. I really, really appreciate it. But I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful day. Slán Skål!